Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of our podcast series. And today we'll be talking about life in a dusty city, Delhi.
Hmm.
So, tell me about your childhood. जो तेरे को अपनी childhood memories याद है दिल्ली की, जनकपुरी की, how was it?
Um,
Good, bad, ugly, जो भी memories तेरे को याद है.
good memory is like हमारे जस्ट ब्लॉक से जहाँ हम रहते थे जस्ट आउटसाइड दैट ब्लॉक used to be this one kirana store and every day after school we used to get some sweets from that store and we took sweets and snacks from that shop for a long time.
Yes, it became actually our ritual after coming from school, either by bus or van. We have to get those chocolates and toffees from that market. I remember that.
Have you ever used the bus, school bus?
Huh? I think we started van by fifth class, fifth or sixth, after my incident, right? And उससे पहले तो we were in bus only. But I don't think so. You have that memory.
No, I think I only went in the bus for like my first grade. I think I hardly.
तो you were small ना. जब I was in fifth or sixth, उसके बाद जब हमने van लगाई, तो you were I think probably in second.
तो वैन लगाने का रीजन भी ये था कि तेरे जो चोट लगी थी.
Yes.
So what was that incident? Tell the audience about it.
Okay, so not many people would know that I went through a horrible incident in my life, and it was kind of game changing as well for me. So what happened was I fell down from stairs. I think I was in fifth, and it was in mid fifth grade. So I was on bed rest for good 4 to 6 months as far as I remember. And I had to wear that belt to support my back.
You were lucky that your spine didn't get injured.
Yes, and
It was a close call.
Yes, it was a close call, and I had to learn to sit and walk again, basically. And for good 4 or 3 months, our mom used to take care of me related to bathing and everyday grooming, and she used to get copies from my classmates, to get the homework done so that I am on track with my studies as well. And I respect my mother for that, for sure, and my father as well, because they both struggled to take care of me during that long period. And my confidence really broke for like 2-3 months. And I respect specially abled people because I have been through that episode of my life, because I was totally dependent on parents, for 2-3 months, because I was not able to sit properly the way I'm sitting right now. And I was not sure even that will I be able to walk, run, sit again or not. And then that belt happened, and I used to go to school, and my mom used to, my class was I think on third floor, and my mom used to go to the third floor inside the school with me, carrying my bag to pick and drop me right from outside the class. And every teacher knew about that who used to teach me in my class.
I didn't know that.
So that
Because I hardly remember this incident. Like because I was so small, I remember you being bedridden.
Yes.
But I vaguely remember it.
So that was kind of a jarring and kind of a weird episode of my life, because I had no clue what happened. Why did it happen to me? And I think I was very small also by then. I was just in fifth class. Yeah. So, but yes, I saw how my parents used to take care of me, and how relatives also used to come home to visit and see how am I doing and stuff. And yeah, I gave exam in the medical room, my final fifth year grade exams. I was not qualified to sit in the classroom with all the people because I was still wearing that belt. So I gave the exam alone, sitting alone in the medical room, and with God's grace, I passed those exams clearly because I was at home. Literally, I did homeschooling for like many months, and kudos to my mom for that support, for sure, and everyone who supported me through that journey.
You mentioned that incident changed your perspective about disabled people.
Yes.
I did not know that.
I have really deep down empathy for such people, and deep down respect for such people, because someone with bad hand or leg or vision or something like that, I know how difficult their life could be. Supposedly, if they were very good or well and fitted before an incident, and after an incident they lose a leg or an arm or eyes or something, it gets very difficult, and you are literally dependent on other human being
Right.
for carrying everyday activities of your life.
In some of the cases, not all of them.
In
but
some
yeah.
of the,
Yes.
I'm talking about the severe cases as only, for sure, because yes, I've been through that, and I clearly remember when I fell from stairs, it hit my back, and I was unable to speak, like my voice.
At that moment, exactly.
Yes,
Oh
I
my
remember that, and usse din pehle I have fallen from stairs like 2-3 times, and every time I have fallen from stairs, I was unable to speak. So even today I have like certain fear of
Going
down the stairs
Oh,
without looking, because I have some fear ki nahi ek do step miss ho jayega to I might fall again or something like that.
Shit. That was intense. So
Yes.
did I have any such injury in my childhood? I can't remember. But I remember that one time we both had got dengue fever.
Yes, that was
So
very
we
intense.
were both sick, and I was in 4th grade. So we both had got dengue fever. And it was like one of the first. It was like one of the first few times that I saw our father crying.
Because I clearly
very,
remember
very difficult.
you were in very much of pain, and we were hospitalized. I remember
Yes,
that
both of us.
us were hospitalized, and we were getting injections every day here in this क्या बोलते हैं, IV, and you were not able to bear that pain, and you kept crying because you were small, right? And you had less tolerance to injections, and mom and dad could not see that on you, and I think that's what made them vulnerable or cry कि हमारा बच्चा ठीक हो जाए बस, something like that.
Okay. So enough about sickness. So tell me, like, how much have you explored Delhi? What can you tell us about?
I was not even a traveler back then. I was a very studious kind of a kid, or a gamer. First of all, I was a gamer. The moment dad got us computer, we were hooked onto RuneScape, and we played RuneScape like very good amount of our childhood. And because of that, I did not have many friends at certain point in life, and I found studies boring at certain point, because I was not the person who could ratify every concept. I was the one who used to understand a concept and then write about it. So
At one point, you were like very bad at studies
yes, and
because you were like just not interested.
I was not interested in ratifying, and especially maths. The teachers used to tell कि नहीं, you have to memorize all the steps and stuff, and I was like, without rigorous practice, you can't make me memorize that stuff. That is very tough for me. And yes, but I think I started roaming around in Rajouri or Tilaknagar by 10th or 11th grade. उससे पहले तो I had no clue where Rajouri was actually in Delhi.
Rajouri Garden.
And I clearly remember the first trip with one of my friends to Rajouri. our dad and our uncle, that is Anisha's dad, they both dropped me to Rajouri Metro, I think so, and they both picked me up as well later on, and we roamed around in like local Rajouri market, me and my friend, to eat chaat pakodis and stuff. And that was it. It was a good day, well spent, and I was like, oh my god, I went to Rajouri. So that is my earliest memory of roaming around in Delhi.
And now I'm like, Rajouri, oh, it's just here.
It's just here, right? But
Yeah.
back then it was a big deal for me. And
can
I think
understand.
even before that, or I'm not sure when was that, we used to go to that NIT.
Oh, that was
in district center.
District Center.
But
yeah.
I don't remember which class was it exactly.
It was something from computer aptitude.
No,
something
no.
like that.
I mean, what were our ages? I think I was in
we were-
sixth
we were-
or eighth, maybe. I don't know.
We were quite small, yeah.
Yeah. So I think even then we used to go by rickshaw because that was very close by, and we knew how to come back and go and stuff.
In fact, I had these tuitions in ninth, and I think I started in ninth. And my our parents, they got me tuition just so that I would go out and make some friends, because I was already pretty good at studies, especially maths. So my first tuition was it was for maths only, and I had like no need for that, but even then they got me into that. So I remember initially I was so because I had not traveled so much on my own. So initially, just for this tuition, just next block, they had arranged an e-rickshaw for me. So I used to go there every day by e-rickshaw and come back by
No,
that.
I don't remember that.
So after I think of 1 or 2 years, maybe when I was in 11 or 12, I started going
by yourself.
yeah, by just walking.
Nice.
Because it was nearby only, it actually made no sense. So even now when I talk to those friends, they remember it fondly. That oh, you used to come by.
Rickshaw.
Yeah, so that was fun memory. So yeah, we also used to go to many places with our mother in e-rickshaw. Nowadays we have not e-rickshaw,
auto.
normal rickshaw.
Normal rickshaw as well as auto also.
Yes, nowadays we have e-rickshaw, but back then we used to travel in normal rickshaw a lot, and it used to take us a good 20-30 minutes in that, just to go from here to from Janakpuri to district center,
Yes.
from our block in which we used to live, C3 block. So apart from that, so do you have any places to suggest to visit for people who want to like visit Delhi, or should I suggest some places? I should think
I
something.
think if I talk about my suggestions per se, and if you are visiting Delhi and you are allergic to pollution, obviously, then visit indoor places, okay? And that would be your art galleries and museums and indoor good restaurants or cafe or bars in Delhi. Avoid roaming around in open places or open markets like Connaught Place or Sarojini Market and stuff. I know these places are very popular and are very crowded, and people are actually attracted to go to these places. But right now, if we see the AQI of Delhi, I would suggest avoid those. And if you really want to visit a good market, I would say Majnu Ka Tila, and it would be what was that gully?
Parathe wali gali.
No, Paranthe wali nahi. But you can visit Chandni Chowk as well. Chandni Chowk is flavorful. If I put it in one word, it is flavorful.
Yes, but don't go to Parathe wali gali. It's a huge scam. They give 50 rupees. Itni badi they give puri. It's not a.
Puri
It's not a. It's not even a paratha.
Yes.
The first time I visited that place, I was like, "What the hell is this? This is just such a scam."
But
And also, don't go to Dolma Auntie's momos. They are also a scam.
okay.
The auntie in our gully, she makes much better momos.
But
It's just overhyped.
But the momos at Subhash Nagar's petrol pump are really good. They are greasy, oily, but the taste is yum.
Petrol pump.
पेट्रोल पंप के अंदर ही एक खुला हुआ है मोमोज वाला सुभाष नगर में, and it's very yum. just opposite the mall of Subhash Nagar. What is the specific mall?
Basically, for momos, just try any of your decent local place. Don't go to any fancy place like Dolma Auntie's Momos. You will be disappointed because I have tried those.
I think Dwarka's KC Corner. Was it KC Corner or something? Uske
I don't
momos are also good if you want to try.
I don't remember.
And if you want top recommendations, I would say go to Diggins for sure. Diggins and M. Mickey Tapas Cafe. You will find both in Chanakyapuri. Both are really good for casual hangouts with your friends or daytime hangouts, and both are kind of open places, I think so. Diggins in Chanakyapuri has both indoor and outdoor sitting, so you can explore for sure. M. Mickey Tapas has outdoor sitting, so that's that. And the third one is my all-time favorite cafe. That's Delhi Heights Cafe. Everyone who is close to me knows that because I've taken everyone there.
Oh,
And I've been going to Delhi Heights Cafe for almost 7-8 years now, I think so, or maybe more than that. I don't remember exactly.
that's a
And
lot of
it's
time.
like one of my chill hangouts. Like if I don't know anywhere else to go, then it's better than let's go to Delhi Heights Cafe only. What
Okay.
about you?
One thing I would suggest is people who are visiting Delhi. One place I would definitely recommend everyone to visit is Akshardham Temple,
Oh,
because
nice.
that is, according to me, if you are tight on schedule, not tight on schedule, but actually, in fact, if you have time, I would say it is one of it should be your number one priority.
Why?
But you have to go early. Just the experience. Yeah. So there they show you the 45-minute video of Neelkant. So that was which Baba was it? Yeah. So Swami Vivekanand. So they show a 45-minute video of that. After that, you get a boat ride in which there is some sculptures lighting up and there is some commentary.
Right.
And after that, in the evening, there is a water fountain show.
Yes. And I think there are 3 halls actually, and then the water show.
Yeah, but the point is that there is a line for that, and you have to
Yes.
go early in the morning. So actually, we both have been to Akshardham Temple
Yes.
a few times in our childhood.
Yes.
So that is one place that I remember very fondly. Like, it is one place that I would say that just put it at the top of your priority list if you have time. Otherwise,
and I think so you need like good amount of chunk of your day, maybe entire day, or maybe
Yeah,
at
yeah,
least
yeah.
7-8 hours to for sure.
yeah, your entire day will go into that.
If you want to
One-
watch the lighting show as well in the evening, which obviously would start at around maybe 6 or 7
Yeah,
p.m.
I'm not sure about that, but
Yeah.
because there's a line, you have to go early, and you can kind of like estimate that your
Yes.
whole day will be gone into that.
Yes.
Other than that, I would say that there are a lot of monuments to visit in Delhi. So there's
Yes.
Humayun's tomb, there is Red Fort,
Hmm.
which is quite famous, and there's Qutub Minar, which is
Yes.
very iconic.
Yes. And now though we have like lighting shows on Qutub Minar as well, and evening.
India Gate.
And even on India Gate, right after like 7-8 p.m. they start showing different lights according to music
There's,
playing on the background. So it's a great visual experience.
So many tombs and monuments. There's Humayun's tomb, there's Safdarjung tomb, there's Tughlaqabad fort. There are so many of these things of the Mughal era that you will really enjoy visiting. There are a few museums as well in what's that place? There's a railway museum, I think, in Chanakyapuri.
Yes.
We can also
Railway
visit that.
museum bhi hai, doll museum bhi hai. That's what I recommended. That go to a lot. Delhi has a lot of museums, and I have been to quite a few in childhood. We have been to quite a few.
But by far the greatest highlight is monuments. And on second number, I would say street food. You will find an abundance of street food in Delhi.
Yes.
So some of my recommendations would be there's really good kathi rolls in Karol Bagh. If you enjoy kathi.
I remember you used to go to Karol Bagh specially for the roll.
Yes. Sometimes I used to visit with a friend. So some of my college
Just to eat
friends.
the rolls.
Yes, we used to stop at Karol
And
Bagh.
I think that was because तब क्या नाम है ये Zomato and Swiggy were not there, I think so.
That's not the point. We used to come home from college, right? Or we sometimes used to go to Gafar Market for some
Yes.
shopping.
Yes.
And at that time, we used to just eat there.
But even then, as far as I remember, Swiggy, Zomato, and those apps were not that famous back then.
And there are many food stalls in places to place you will find. So there's a lot of restaurants and dhabas in Rajouri Garden.
Yes.
And then there's lots of eateries in that place. Netaji Subhash place.
NSP.
NSP. You will find many of
Yes.
eateries there also, and just about anywhere in Delhi. Delhi people are huge on food,
Food lovers, massive food lovers, and
you
then
will
there's
enjoy some good authentic North Indian food, Mughlai
yes.
cuisine.
Then there is this Rajendra Market, and you get really good chicken and fish pakoras and fritters and stuff.
Where exactly?
Rajendra Market, आपको Google करना पड़ेगा. I don't remember the exactly place.
You went with friends?
Yes, I went with friends and they took
Oh.
me there, and I went with some office friends as well when I was working in a Delhi office. And delicious food and very budgeted food, and I am really planning to go there because I miss the fish from Rajendra Market. I really want to try it.
You also mentioned Majnu Ka Tila. Can you tell me more about that experience?
Okay, Majnu Ka Tila, I think I have been there twice, and I think both the times I have been there with my sister, and we went there to have laughing. I ate laughing for the first time, and it was not that spicy, and I was able to digest it in like crumbs and pieces. But she ate all of it at once.
What is laughing?
Laughing is like a Korean or some dish only, but it's like अगर आपने वो खाया है खांडवी, तो खांडवी का जैसे रोल होता है, it's the same roll but it has very spicy stuffings in it.
Oh.
So it might have mushroom
So is
or
it like
something.
sweet and spicy?
I think so, yes, but spicy to have for sure, and it's like this much in length, and it's good. It's like an appetizer for sure.
Okay.
And then we bought some ramen from a Korean store. We went to a Korean store, and there was so much Korean stuff from there, and we got some hangings to hang on the walls, and then we got some key rings as well. Then we got some ramen. I think we ate some chicken ramen last year, if you remember. And
When?
our cook made that, and I brought a packet of
Chicken ramen?
chicken or veg
I don't-
ramen. I don't remember exactly, but she did made.
I don't even remember.
And we went there, I think last Christmas, exactly on the day of Christmas, and it was so beautiful. The entire street was, adorned with bells and Christmas fields and look, and it was really awesome. And there were people, actually Tibetan refugees are living there, and they have their own shops there.
Their own culture.
Yes, and if you go to that market, you won't even feel like you are in India. You would actually feel like you have stepped into a certain Tibetan or
Like
Chinese
an
street.
East Asian kind of
Yes,
place.
Tibetan or Chinese street, and you will just get a flavor of another country just being in your own country, in your city itself.
You know what's funny? I'm yet to visit Majnu Ka Tila. I have not visited.
We have to go there. We have to go.
You have to take me there.
Yes, so we have been to I think 2 restaurants there, and one was a rooftop restaurant from where we could see that signature bridge, and it was a very wonderful view.
Oh,
I think we went there twice.
In Majnu Ka Tila.
Yes,
Oh.
we went there twice. First, I think only I and Anisha went, and second time I think Kanika Di, I and Anisha went there. So it was a very beautiful scenario. Very good day spent, for sure.
And have you been to Lotus Temple?
Yes,
I
we went
remember,
to
actually.
Lotus Temple on the Christmas day, and then on the same day we went to Majnu
When
Ka
did you
Tila.
go to Lotus Temple?
On Christmas last
Same
year.
day?
हाँ, same day.
So the
We went to Lotus
But
Temple
I-
in the morning, and we spent like good 1 hour or so there, and then we were like hungry, so we thought ki let's go to Majnu Ka Tila and have some stuff there itself.
But I don't think I've visited Lotus Temple in a long time. Like I must have gone when I was a kid or something.
So it's just like very peaceful,
It's
and
been
people
a
sit
lot-
there in
I
silence.
need to visit it again. It's been a long time.
So we can visit.
Other
it
than
for
that,
sure.
there's also a zoo if you
Which
want
zoo?
to visit. There's also a zoo, na, in near that Pragati Maidan, I think. I don't. Also, if you visit that, I don't remember where it is. There's this old fort, Purana Kila. If you visit that, you can also do boating there.
Yes.
I'm not sure if they are
अभी
still
तो
doing
एक
that.
और वो
Or is it
खुला है,
closed?
Bansara Garden or something. It's newly opened. I think many new parks have come in the last few
Oh,
years in
and-
Delhi. We both have not visited at all because we are busy in our work professional
There
lives.
is-
But we definitely have to visit
There
that.
is also one place you can visit. It's Sanjay Van.
Yes.
Sanjay Van, there's this whole like fenced forest area. It is near IIT, and you can just like enter it and just go for a trek,
Yes.
kind of like within just the forest.
I think it's beside or
And you-
behind
and-
IIT Delhi.
Yeah,
IIT.
it's near
Yes,
IIT only.
yes.
So, and you can kind of
And
and you
you get a lot of parathas also there. Very
Yes,
very good tasty
outside there-
parathas. I had chicken parantha there
and
in Sanjay Van.
outside there are many dhabas in a line.
Yes.
And yes, there's some really good paranthas.
Yes.
And you can actually, if you're not like careful, you can get lost in that.
And you can in
It's
fact
quite a big area,
and
actually.
you can also go to that Hoskas Fort village.
Oscar's Village.
That is also a good fort and garden area if you want to.
The lake is
Yes.
view is very good. And can you think of any other food recommendations that we are missing?
I think let's not recommend more now because it's almost 25 minutes and we need to wrap up. Maybe we can make a second episode on Delhi life we had because it's a very vast experience, guys, and we can't just wrap up in one single video.
Maybe someday I can tell you about my metro experiences because
Yes.
every day I'm commuting to my office
Yes.
from metro,
And
and the kind of people you get to see in metro every day. It can be another whole
we definitely
podcast actually.
I think we definitely need a second episode on Delhi, especially catered to metro stories for sure.
Like if you just see me in metro, you will just see my aggression just naturally coming out. Like it can be just a whole another episode. In fact, today morning, so I will just share this one snippet. So today morning, so I go by the Magenta line. So what I do is, so there's this gate opening into the metro. So I just enter the very next gate, and what I do is, as soon as I enter that gate, I run back to the previous coach. And what happens is, generally when these gates opens, there's usually two lines in front of you. One is on the right side, one is on the left side. Generally what I've noticed is people on the left side are a bit late in entering the metro. I don't know why, it's just become like that.
Fair.
So what happens is, if you are in the right side of the line, you can enter quickly. But as soon as you enter on the right side, there are the coach which I enter. There are corner seats on the right side. So what I do is, I quickly enter on the right side. I quickly run to the previous coach and I grab a seat there because people from that coach's gates
are lazy.
no people from that coach's gates left side are still entering. So even before they start entering, I quickly enter that coach and grab a seat. So today what happened was, I was just following my routine. I quickly entered and started running, and this lady was coming, and I kind of bumped into her, and then quickly I just put her aside and I went for my seat and I sat down. So what happened was, my seat was next to those two lady seats. So I was not on the lady seat, so just the seat adjacent to the second lady seat. So I sat there, I started scrolling through my mobile, just chilling. And then two ladies, they came and they sat on the lady seat. And it was okay, so I was just enjoying. So there was one more lady with them, so she was standing and talking to them. Suddenly, God knows what idea came to them. They slightly slid over to the ladies' corner side and accommodated some room for the third lady, and she came and sat in that little tiny space, and I had to squeeze a little bit to the side, and these kind of annoying things happen, na? So this is the first time that has happened with me in so many like 2+ years of commute.
Yes.
But these kind of things happen and people are starting to normalize it, and they should not. Even then I didn't say anything to that lady. I was like, what do I say? What do I say? So the funny thing is, that lady got up at Vasant Vihar. So I have to get off at Oscars, which is a couple of stations more further. But what happened was that there was, as these three ladies were sitting, there was also an auntie standing there. I would say in her late 40s maybe. So as soon as that lady got up to get off at Vasant Vihar, so there was this vacant space. So those two ladies, they were not like aware that okay, our friend has got off, that maybe we should like sit normally now. That auntie came and sit in that empty space. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You're not supposed to sit here, man.
Oh, why?
Like, people are so hungry for seat. I don't know what happens to them. Like, at least don't sit in a place where this is not supposed to be a seat in there. There's not space in there.
At least you were just battling for the spaces in metro. Imagine what horror people are facing in metro when people are making random videos and cringy videos in metros, or people are fighting, picking up each other's hairs, and then or maybe kissing each other in metro as if there's no one watching. There's so multiple events happening.
I've not witnessed any.
I have witnessed one or two.
I have not witnessed any intimate scenes, but I've seen many fights are regular. Like,
I have seen one or two intimate scenes, but those were on the platform. I think, guys, let's wrap it up. I think it's more than 30 minutes now, and we need to just collect our thoughts. And just let us know how was today's episode, and keep supporting us, keep following us, and we will be coming up with more episodes, especially around our daily life and our day-to-day life and our life lessons as well.
We'll see what other topics we can talk about.
And you can suggest new topics of your choice, or what you want to listen from us, or
mention in the comments.
Yes, and do let us know how was today's episode. Thank you. Keep supporting,
and do subscribe, like, share the video,
and comment. Bye bye.